Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. And what a match card we have for you here today in this finale. We are live here at Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix in the finale of the 2024 Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club LMP2 World Endurance Spec Series Championship. It's main event season. It is Mike Van Doorn against DeVille Park. 1.5 points separate them. Winner takes all here today for the championship. Who will come out on top today? It's just like last week at Chicago. 2 races, 1 champion. Who is going to take victory here today as the drivers file in, as the fans file in here for this finale? 2 15-minute bouts coming your way. In just 2 minutes time, we're at qualifying and then the first of those 2 races. Cannot wait to get the action underway. Let's go trackside to watch these drivers go around here today as we watch Marlon Young making his grand return. I haven't seen him in a while. Marlon Young loves Interlagos here. This is an X-Play fan favorite around here, and we welcome you out. If you're just tuning in, I'm your host for Wholeness here from Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, welcoming you out here to a beautiful sunny day here at Interlagos. Weather is absolutely wonderful, and we are ready to go racing here for this LMP2 World Endurance Spec Series finale. As Young hits the wall there momentarily. A lot of drivers doing their last bit of practice, pushing the limits, see how far they can go with the car. They've already put up their strategies. Oh, as Danny Nasir almost touches the wall there. But we watch, we have a championship on our hands here today. To crown a new champion and the next driver to qualify for ROC Race of Champions 2024. Let's get some music back going on in here. Welcome everyone here today. Apologies for the long intro, but we were just getting everything ready to go here for this last race here for this championship. If this is your first time watching the stream, a welcome to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, one of the best places to race. If you love sim racing, you're going to love Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, a lovely community here. We love putting up races every Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go racing. We have the server up the whole of the week, so drivers will be getting all their last bits of practice in there. And if you want to get a part of us and join in on the action, you can join our Discord, linked in the description or pinned in the live chat. Completely free entry, no paid. And yeah, we're all here to have a bit of fun. And of course, if you want to just come here to support, you can help us out by hitting that subscribe button, as we are on course for 600 subscribers. As the countdown is now gone off. Drivers are now in the pits. But this is the main event between 2 drivers that at the start of this championship, you definitely could call out one of them, but did you expect the other? In round 1 of the championship, it was at Imola. The fight between Mike Van Doorn and Gabriel sent shockwaves around the paddock as they battled through thick and thin, lap after lap. It came down to strategy, and Gabriel won that day. In the second round of the championship, we headed to Spa in Belgium, and that proved the worth as Luca Andretta made his return and took a race win there. Next up was the 24 hours of Le Mans Virtual. And a huge upset as Luca Andretti, for the first time that I've seen in a while, he was stumped. And the car was not working in his favor. He lost out, could not get the double done 2 years in a row where he could win at Le Mans. That went to Sebastian Duran, our third different race winner. In the fourth round, we had the Chicago Street Circuit, where it was a double 2 15-minute races that we're going to also see here today. In the first race, Van Dorn took pole and a win. But it was race 2, that a crucial W from DeVille Park, who was consistent with this whole championship, might I add, with podiums here and there. Always kept him in the championship picture, just sitting there waiting to strike. And now, when all the cards are down, the chips are settled, DeVille has managed himself to put him in the championship fight for the first time he's been in a championship contender. Van Dorn, all too familiar, and has won a championship back in 2022 for Race of Champions. We're going to see if we can do it here today once again to qualify for ROC at the end of the year. It all comes down to it, but right now it is one of the more important sessions of the day here. And this can determine the outcome of the championship. 1 point free here for these drivers. All right. Speak to the drivers here in a second here. All right, welcome out here this evening. I know qualifying has just begun, so just wanted to lay down just 2 little things. 2 15-minute races today, so that also means there is no mandatory pit stops. So just keep that in mind. And as for championship-wise, pole position, of course, just a reminder, is 1 bonus point. So best of luck out there in qualifying, and I'll talk to you after the session's done. So, as we go on to qualifying now, Marlon Young is the first driver to come across the line, so we're going to keep an eye on him here to see what he can do. We're also going to pull up the infographic so we can watch these sector times go down. As a bit of wide there from Marlon Young, but he keeps his lap valid. Martin Webster supporting in the chat. As Marlon Young goes a little bit wide around here. Keeps it clean, though, and now this is a lot of first gear sections. You really want to play around with the throttle. How much do you want to push around here? I'm telling you, the key is zero traction control. That was really the key for this entire championship. You want to run 0 TC for this car. It's very, very trippy around some of these corners, as we're going to find out. Marlon Young, this is one of the tricky parts of this circuit without TC. This is Jinsao, the final braking zone here. Marlon Young drags it wide, looks pretty good, not using the exit curb. That's one thing to note. A lot of the curbs with these cars upsetting it a lot, so Marlon doing very wise to keep out of the rumble strip. But nonetheless, Marlon Young is going to come across the line. The drivers are going to be watching out for a 124.245. Next up to come across the line might be Danny Nasir. Yes, it is. So Danny Nasir now racing down to the line. Marlon Young bringing out yellows. He's taking his car back to pit lane as Danny now comes across the line and goes up with a 125.089. It's just a 10-minute session for these drivers here today, as Marlon Young now exiting pit lane. Rup Narayan put the time down. Not valid as Sebastian Duran takes provisional pole with a 123.452. Now it's a bit of a shame. Oh, as he hits the wall. He's have to take that car right into pit road. I was gonna say for a moment, it's a bit of a shame that we're getting this late performance from Sebastian Duran. He has only competed in one event. This is his second event, and of course the first one he had done was, Van Dorn makes a mistake in the pit lane. He only competed back at Le Mans. That's his only race win and his only race in this championship. So this is his second race out here. And yeah, so bonus point for him. Yes. We'll definitely shoot him up the standings. Yes. But does it help our championship rivals? Don't think so. As Andy Rees puts in a time of a 1:24.154. Let's find out where our other drivers are, as we see Sebastian Duran carrying on here. 2 seconds off in the first sector is DeVille, so he's had a very rough start to this lap, but we're gonna catch him later on as Van Dorn having a bit of trouble here. 5 minutes to go as Danny Nasir puts in another time, new personal best. It's a 24.374. But as I was saying, Van Dorn having a bit of trouble putting down a proper lap time, as even Ruben Ryan has put in a lap now of a 1:27.467, leaving Van Dorn behind the field as DeVille now up the order. He is on the front row right now. Of course, he is on the back foot. He is a 1.5 down, but at this stage, it really is winner takes all unless you are finishing outside the top 5. That's when the points are a little bit lower down, the values. But, of course, you want to finish as high as possible, but most importantly, you want to be finishing ahead of your championship rival. DeVille does not have to worry about anyone out here today. Probably except, of course, the aforementioned Van Dorn. But Andy Rees also in this championship fight, but he would have to finish in first position. Both Van Dorn and DeVille not finishing, I believe. And that is an unlikely scenario out here if they are going to be taking part in the race, as since the points are in half, it's about 12.5 points for the race win. Therefore, we could have ourselves a championship where it can't finish half a point. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I would love for that to happen, personally. That would be very awesome. We've had a championship where 3 drivers have been tied up. That's been awesome. But Andy Rees, though, has needs 2 race wins and pole position. That's going to give him 26 points. And that will rocket ship him up the order. So Andy Rees, while still in this championship, has a long way to go, a long fight. Can he be somebody who spoils the party for this main event here? We're not too sure, but if Andy can pull it off and do the double 2 championship wins in a row, not seen for the year yet, well, only time will tell. We're going to find out very soon as Andy Rees is coming around the final braking zone. A little bit wide, however, I will say. Danny Nasir also in this championship, but 31 points down. 31 points, he is off. That's his current, I should say, as Andy Rees. Let's look at that time. Not improving, 6.95. So, realistically, looking at the point standings, everybody except for Marlon Young and Ruben Ryan are in this championship fight. However, it is very unlikely for those two to get it apart. However, never say never in the world of motorsports. Meanwhile, I was waiting for that. Van Dorn finally getting a time on the board. And it's a crucial time. It's a 23.673. DeVille needs to pick up the pace here. Running out of time. 2 minutes to go here in qualifying. It's Marlon Young, who's on the second row, making another mistake. He comes back on track, although this might be his final attempt. Meanwhile, Van Dorn found purple. This is crucial. What he needs that pole position to extend this championship an extra point. And if he can do that, well, it's going to make DeVille's life just that teensy bit harder. But if Mike can get a double win here, this will be huge for the championship. We are going to be doing live calculations with you guys on stream here to determine the championship. It's going to be a long bit of calculation as we get through races, but I think we might get ourselves our first point here if Van Dorn can stick it together. A 1/10.5 quicker in the second. He's almost about 2/10 faster than our pole position time. Can Van Dorn snatch a point off the championship now as he comes to the line? It's a 23.452 to beat. Can he take it on? And yes, he can. As it stands, a minute to go. He has taken a crucial point in this championship. Sebastian Duran, DeVille Park, what do they have to say? I think Sebastian might be one of the only people who can respond. DeVille just too far away from another lap. He has to complete this one. He's 3/10 off at this point. It's just improving your personal time as Marlon Young is up there as well. But Sebastian Duran almost 2/10 up in the second sector. Should be a 10th up overall. Comes across the line. Can he take back pole position? Yes, he can. It's a 23.056. Van Dorn is going to be so upset right now, but he's half a 10th off. Sebastian Duran, a great lap from him. DeVille now coming across the line is just gonna get across the start-finish straight. So we're down to 2 here. That could get this championship here. 1 second, and that's the timer done. Andy Rees comes across the line with a 23.947 ahead of DeVille, but Van Dorn found 2/10. Oh, and he spins it! Van Dorn loses out! That could have been bull! That could have been bull! He's out! He is out! Ladies and gentlemen, Van Dorn, could that have costed any sort of championship picture out here? That point could have gone to him! My goodness! DeVille now with an opportunity of a lifetime. Although might not be able to improve and get pole, he can peg down Van Dorn. 2.8, he's just off. He's literally exactly running the same time as Van Dorn at this stage. We're gonna watch the second sector. He needs improvement if we're gonna see him up P2. We watch him now as he enters Junsao for the final time. 3/10 off, a little bit off, but Marlon Young with a stonker here. His gunshots go off at Interlagos. A 23.822 puts him up 3rd. DeVille now needs a monster lap, cannot get it done. He was not on it. P5. His lap was not valid there. Wow. Marlon Young, what a lap from him. And that is it. Sebastian Duran is going to take that point. What a qualifying that was for the drivers who sit in the broadcast chat right now. Apologies there. Did not mean to knock that there for you guys. All right. Good qualifying there. Congratulations, your top 3. Sebastian, Mike, and Marlon. So, realistically, in this championship, everybody except for, I believe, Andrew, and I believe it's just Andrew, can win this championship. So keep an eye out for those points. That's the full points are listed in the LMP2 Championship channel. Remember, the points are split in half, so that's also detailed in the news and announcements if you want to quickly check that out. But basically, it is 12.5 points for the race win. So if you can get 2 race wins today, it will be a full 25 points total. So Sebastian, congratulations on the final point for qualifying. Race is getting underway. Remember, there's no mandatory pit stops, so it's 2 15-minute sprint races to the very end with a reverse grid. For the second race, so keep in mind where you finish here in the first race, because you if you do DNF and you want to take part in the second, you will be forced to start in the back by the sim. It's not by me. So yeah, if you do have a poor race in the first one, I suggest you stick at it. You could be a bit cheeky and let through some drivers. Maybe start on reverse grid pole. But yeah, to be on the grid properly, you need to finish the first race. Other than that, that is me done here. Make sure you guys are checking out the full list of points in the championship channel. The news channel will give you the rundown on how the points are going to go for each race. You guys have a minute 16. I wish you guys best of luck, and may the best man win for this championship.
15-minute race, not 15 lap, right?
Yeah, 2 15-minute.
15 minutes.
Yeah, Andrew, 11 liters should be enough.
Okay, thanks.
If you guys want to team up with each other in a voice chat, you have the multiple voice chats below us. You don't have to be here, but if you are, this is a strictly no communications, or if you do, it's very, very short. Other than that, I will also be in here for any other questions. 40 seconds. As the drivers get ready to go racing out here today.
11 liters is enough.
DeVille making sure the leaders are good for him. 30 seconds to go. Let's take a look at that grid. So, on pole, it is Sebastian Dern, then it is Mike Van Dorn, Marlon Young, Andy Rees, DeVille Park, Danny Nasir, and Andrew Roopnarine. Roopnarine starting in the back. Everybody ahead of him can win this championship if it goes their way. Folks, turn up the volume on your TV. Grab a seat, have some popcorn, 2 15-minute bouts coming your way as the 6 lights come up on your screen for the first of the 2 final races. We go racing here at Interlagos. Let's do this for the finale. What a start from Van Dorn. Sweeps it directly to the lead. Marlon Young gets it to 2nd place, followed by Sebastian Dern, who's a bit of lag there. Andy Rees going wide onto the outside. And DeVille down in P5, but Van Dorn, dream start for him. In the background, there we see DeVille having a little bit of a bogged down start, loses down to even Roopnarine. Oh, as Roopnarine goes wide as well as DeVille. Nightmare start, but remember, it's 15 minutes, 2 races, reverse grid. Anything can and probably will happen. But the drivers quickly settle down now. As Danny Nasir going a little bit deep there onto the rumble strips. And running out of tarmac there, but DeVille on the back foot. Needs to get past these 2 Canadians ahead of him. Andrew first, defending on the inside. But in some good defensive moves, keeping that one alive. Danny Nasir holding them up pretty good. Meanwhile, Sebastian Dern losing out on the start there. Marlon Young getting a great start. Losing out though 2 seconds as Danny Nasir trouble, he goes off. Was there contact or was it a mistake? We did see him spinning out a lot, but that's 1 less driver for DeVille to worry about. DeVille is going to almost run into the rear of Andrew Roopnarine. He gets to the inside, side by side, going into 1. Crucial braking zone to get this move done. Roopnarine switch back to the inside. What a move from Andrew. Andrew goes a little bit wide though. He's still side by side. Wow! Andrew Roopnarine getting the elbows out on a championship rival. He knows he's not in this championship. Oh, but Andy Rees, though, hits the wall on the outside. And, oh, there goes Roopnarine. Andy Rees, trouble for him. Looks like he might have dipped a tire on the grass, loses momentum. Here comes DP now onto the inside, sends it down. Oh, and Andy, what's happened? He's out. Andy Rees is retired? I believe so. I'm not too sure what just happened to him. I don't know. Did he collect too much damage? Oh my goodness, what a start. Roopnarine is off, but what a switch back there from Andrew Roopnarine. You gotta give it to him. That was a great move. That's a very difficult one to get done. Into turn 1 there. Great driving. But on the flip side of the coin, DeVille now up to P4. And he's now starting to work his way. I know it says P5 on top there, but that's because Andy Rees went to the pits, so he has DNF'd. I'm not too sure if we are going to see him after, as Sebastian in the pits. Does he have damage? He might have damage. I don't know. Or was it a drive-through? Is he taking a drive-through? Sebastian Dern has just taken a drive-through. Was it potentially a... Yes, it was. Look at the top left of your screen. Sebastian Dern actually had a drive-through penalty. I was on Wi-Fi by mistake. Messed up Dern because of lag. Andy here. Oh, apologies. Okay, so that's what happened there. If you want to get your Wi-Fi switched up, Race 2 is still able to join up. You can still get back into the session. 10 minutes are left. If you want to figure out that Wi-Fi issue, jump back in. You can still get that 8th place points under your belt. But meanwhile, though, Sebastian Dern had a jump start. That is what we're hearing. That is what we are hearing. So that puts him down to P5 with 11 minutes to go. DeVille Park is now up to 3rd. Next up, Marlon Young. And these two have a lot of history with each other. Marlon Young and DeVille Park, 2 great rivalries. X-Play and Young Knight Racing. We cannot forget about their 2023 huge fights between each other, but he needs to get the job done quick because finishing behind Van Dorn is the best thing you could do, and he is on the charge. He is a second and a half quicker than Marlon Young. It's all about car control and keeping this one on the track, keeping it in one piece, and focusing on who the drivers are around you. Danny Nasir puts in a personal best. He is going to have to see if he can defend against Sebastian Duran. Very quick driver, won at Le Mans. But it's a long way to go, 10 minutes. But if it stays this way, Sebastian Duran could be on the front row. Reverse grid pole looking like it might go to Roop Narayan if something else goes on, though. We'll find out. Meanwhile, 2.8 the difference. The gap has gone down significantly since the last time we saw DeVille Park. Just gonna check audio levels here, folks. Apologies for the echo. Duran had a jump start. So, we are good on audio levels. That is great. Martin Webster giving some good advice there as DeVille using a little too much curb on the inside. Sebastian Duran has retired! Sebastian Duran's out! Sebastian Duran, I just saw him! Did he spin? What has happened? Sebastian Duran, another championship rival, has retired at the race! Oh my goodness! Sebastian Duran's out of the Brazilian Grand Prix. That shuffles up Roop Narayan and Danny Nasir. Well, Roop Narayan it will. I'm not too sure why Danny Nasir is showing behind. It is actually showing behind him. Danny Nasir was overtaken by Sebastian Duran. Was there contact? Well, we're gonna have to find out later on. And no, it was not. It was not. Sebastian Duran, we're hearing in the paddock now. He had to retire. He's having technical issues with the car. Had to pull it over. Sebastian Duran out of this race. And I believe, unlike Andy Rees, I don't think we're going to be seeing him for the rest of the day. Danny Nasir in the pits. Why did Danny come in? Did he have damage on the car? Remember back to Chicago, that was a pit lane festivity. Although it wasn't a mandatory pit stop race, it still had drivers coming in as Danny Nasir still in the pit lane. He is in P5. Getting a lot of freezes was Sebastian Duran, so unfortunately he is in fact out of this race. Let's get back up to the front runners here as Marlon Young has interestingly climbed back up on the order. Look at those times. 24.0 gets a 25.5 and a 24.0. Marlon Young and DeVille Park are faster than the leader. Did Van Dorn make a mistake out of Jun Sao to possibly ruin the momentum going up the straight? I don't know what it was, but Marlon Young has put down 6/10 off the leader. DeVille is right there, and if DeVille is faster than Marlon, we could be watching 3 drivers out for the win. It's a bit of a lockup going on the inside tire for DeVille now. The Jamaican keep hustling on as Danny Nasir still in the pits. More trouble ensuing there as now 4.1 the difference. Van Dorn able to open up this gap now. On board now with the Jamaican of DeVille. Oh, he runs deep. Oh my God, almost in the grass. Touches the grass, I should say. Luckily, though, he's kept this one alive here. Might have some front aero damage, possibly from earlier. Wow. Meanwhile, we watch Van Dorn now. Should be a better lap from him. He has opened up the gap a lot. 23.5, fastest lap. He's here to fight. 25.4 coming from Marlon and a 24.5. So just almost a second quicker as a lockup once again from DeVille. These tires really prone to flat spots. So not really helping his case here, DeVille. But he's pushing hard, that's how you can tell. So only a mistake can really cost this one. But as it stands right now, Van Dorn a commanding lead. Would put him about 4, 5 points ahead of DeVille if it stays this way. So Van Dorn in a commanding lead, really keeping this one together and desperately needs his championship. As he's still staying strong out there. Marlon Young behind him, 5.2. He's dropped a little bit off there. Van Dorn really putting down the pace now. We're going to watch now another lap time. Are we going to see another fastest lap? Yes, we are. A 23.475. Marlon Young, 23.8. He's climbing up the ranks. And a 24.6. DeVille losing out that lap. We're just under it. 5 minutes to go. And the gap has opened up. 4 seconds between Marlon Young and DeVille Park, our closest fight we have on track. They can all see each other on the back straight. Samuel King saying, let's go. In the chat, supporting his favorite drivers. You can do the same by hitting that subscribe button as DeVille running that thing as wide as possible. Really opening up the car, trying to push as hard as he can. Meanwhile, we are going to be doing our live points tally as this race goes on and the second one goes. Let's go rear camera of Marlon Young. Let's find out where exactly he's having to look. Behind him. There you see him, right that speck below there. That is DeVille pushing as hard as he can. We're going to watch these lap times once again. Van Dorn now comes across the start-finish line. 24.5, not as fast that time by. And at 23.9, a little faster there. Danny Nasir, trouble. 24.4, what has happened? Danny's now exiting the pit lane. He is 3 laps down. And is he pulling over? Looks like he's just letting out blue flags there from P3. Oh, he's stopping. Doing a little bit of a burnout there, trying to get the car going. Might have left himself some space. Possibly trying to get this reverse grid pole at this point. He stayed out this race early on, but yeah, no, troubles ensue. Don't know what's going on with him. We continue to watch 2 minutes and 42 seconds. DeVille has a lot of work to do in this second race if he wants to get this championship. Can he get Marlon Young in these final 2 minutes? We continue to do live calculations. As, oh, bit of a lag spike there. Oh, a lot of lag coming from DeVille for the moment. And I'm not too sure if any sort of lag on his side costed him anything, but one thing's for sure, he's still on it. Interestingly now, Marlon Young has a lap traffic ahead of him. And Andrew getting out the way as soon as possible. DeVille is next, and that has helped out Marlon Young. Now DeVille having to overtake Ruben Orion in a part of the track where he would not like to, through one of the slower parts of this track. And there he is. Oh, on Jinsao. Oh, on. Bit wide on corner entry, but he does get out the way momentarily. 1 minute to go. We're on the final lap of this race. 23.8. coming from Van Dorn. 24-3 coming from Marlin. 24-0 coming from DeVille. Can Marlon Young keep it together for one more lap to secure himself this second position? Really costing dear points to DeVille Park, but everybody's on their own. It's no team game. But 3.4, DeVille is putting in one final push lap. The gap down to 3 seconds. Marlon Young being very cautious around here, keeping it slow and steady. DeVille has nothing to lose. He knows the car behind him's a lap down, so he's putting all the beans down. 3 seconds the difference. Was a little too late to put down the push lap. 2.9. Unless there's a mistake happening to Marlon Young. I don't think it will. On the front straight they go. Oh, Van Dorn, what has happened to him? Van Dorn's going slowly. Van Dorn's going slowly on the front straight. Marlon Young has a chance to take the win. He's slipstreaming. I don't think can they get it done. Marlon Young pulls out, can't get it done. Oh my goodness, Marlon Young almost took the win. Van Dorn making a mistake across the line.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
What a close finish! Van Dorn almost lost the race win that could have had repercussions. That could have been very regretful for this championship. Van Dorn does win the race though. Oh my goodness! And this race is over.
Marlon, did you lose that by 0.1, by a 10th?
Yeah, but I saw up halfway through the race, halfway through the last lap because it didn't make any sense chasing him down, and to my surprise in the last sector I saw him right in front of me. So I actually threw the race.
I probably made a mistake. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Van Dorn though, now that's a crucial
I was there
win.
by 6 seconds, so I just shut it down. So I didn't really push on the last lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of a heart attack. Van Dorn, you are our race winner. Take us through what just happened there.
Yeah, just wanted to improve my fastest lap, like I always do, and then just went wide. Like I already did a few times earlier in the race as well. Just a necessary mistake, but luckily it did not matter. But not gonna do that again.
That was a bit of a heart attack. That almost came down to the very end, and we saw you defending just at the end there. Did you think you almost choked this one?
I did get scared for a second when he came out of the final corner, and then on the straight I saw that he didn't have enough overspeed, so yeah, did get scared for a little bit there, but luckily still got away with it.
Well, congratulations on that race win. I think it'll be fun to hear that your points gap now to P2 is at 7 points. So hopefully that could be a good little cushion there between yourself and P2 in the championship. What are your thoughts now going in for race 2?
Just hoping that I get through the first lap.
Yeah, for sure. Especially what happened last week. We don't want another repeat. Well, good luck on that. Congratulations on the race win. Marlon Young so close to victory for a split second. You thought at one stage, about maybe 2 corners ago, you thought, you know what, P2, great result for me. 1 corner later, you almost had the win there. Marlon, how was that race?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good for me. 1 second, give me one.
All good.
Yeah, it was pretty good for me. So, yeah, on the final lap, I just wanted to get through the second sector. So I just lay back a bit, but I should have pushed through the sector. Probably I would have got him by the end. But anyway, I'm happy for P2. Since I wasn't in a wrong for a while, so yeah, I'll take P2.
Yeah, it's a great way to come back and feel a lot stronger here with the car now. You have a bit more confidence going into race 2.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right, good luck into the second one. And third place here at DeVille Park. DeVille, a little bit on the back foot here. It was a good fight between yourself and Marlon Young. Unfortunately, unable to get that one done. But the reverse grid, we've seen that you could do it back at Chicago last round where you took that race win. Can history repeat itself? Can we see you pull off another drive like that?
Yeah, and, I can't guarantee it, but I'm sure that, you know, I'll do something. Bit of a bumpy race, first race. Luckily, I went up the order, so I don't know. Maybe I can do it, maybe not. All I'm gonna do is just push.
You had a good push on that final lap there. You were really closing down on Marlon for the moment there, and you were putting in some good lap times. Now, while the points gap might be about 6.5 points now fully calculated, it's really now you just got to go all the way in now. This is really a winner takes all scenario now, and I think it's all about just pushing hard. What are your final thoughts going into this one? Clear mind. I respect it.
No. Well, just to have a better pace, get better pace. You know, stay on Marlon's bumper from then or Mike. So, yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. Anything can happen in 15 minutes. A minute to go. Best of luck for yourself and best of luck to you, Mike. Good luck for this championship finale. It's really down to you two for this one. Here we go. This is it.
Last race, guys, and good luck.
Last race indeed. Yeah, best of luck, everybody. And directly after, I'm going to be announcing the championship. So if you want to stick around, you can do so. It'll be directly after the interviews and directly after we crown our champion. 35 seconds. Make sure you're going to fuel and everything is good to go. Let's have one final good one here. Here we go. And the final order. For this one, it's going to be Roop Narayan on pole position, I believe. Let's just zoom in there. Yeah, it's Roop Narayan, Danny Nasir, Marlon Young, DeVille, Marlon Young, and Van Doren. Here we go. 6 lights, and for the final time, we go racing. Here we go. The championship all comes down to this. Slow start there in the back for one of the cars there. As around the outside. Can Van Doren get the lead? Danny Nasir in the lead, though. He runs very wide, hits the wall. My goodness, runs off the track there. Too much beans as DeVille takes the lead. Marlon Young in second, DeVille third. Van Doren looking onto the inside. Needs a second of a lifetime. Can he get the move done? Marlon Young holds it off just about. Hangs it wide. Still going on. What happened to DeVille? DeVille is out. DeVille is out of the championship. DeVille has retired. DeVille is out. What just happened? Did DeVille run too deep? Trouble here. Danny Nasir, more trouble for him. What just happened? Did the championship just end in a matter of seconds? What happened to DeVille Park? Did he disconnect from the race? I'm in disbelief. What just happened? I'm still seeing DeVille in the chat here. But I got no clue, guys. We have no word on him.
That's unfortunate.
Van Doren saying that is unfortunate, as meanwhile Andy Rees is back in this race. Danny Nasir doing a little bit of cross country. What happened to DeVille Park? Did we just see a total knockout at the end of this straight here. Meanwhile, let's just move on from this race. We're gonna have to figure out what happened later on as Andy Reese side by side with Ruben Narayan. Ruben Narayan hangs it around the outside. Oh! Loses out. Andy Reese up to third. What happened? Danny Nasir, more trouble for him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And we're hearing DeVille saying that is my race. What happened to our race leader? Yeah, if he was leading the race, what's going on with Danny? I don't know. It's Randy Reed's trouble for him. He runs off, and Danny Nasir in the pits. Meanwhile, though, take a look at this. Van Dorn, well, finishing this race no matter what. He's got the championship. He's done it. He just needs to finish this one. Marlon Young can still give us a different race winner in each track. With Van Dorn winning the race 1, yes, that could be our first ever double race winner, but if Marlon Young can pull it off, we could see 5 different race winners in 5 different countries. We're gonna find out though. Van Dorn now feeling himself. He is now free of everything. No distractions, really. But what happened? Unfortunately, DeVille has exited the voice channel. Ooh la la, coming from Gabrielle. Wow, that is... I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm a bit speechless, but you know what? That happens in racing. Interlagos has seen that kind of stuff go down. You look back at 2007, Lewis Hamilton. Gearbox problems at the early stages of the race. Was able to get back going, but he lost the championship by 1 point. DeVille may have had technical difficulties with the car, and I believe that may have just costed him. 24-0 battles on between Marlon Young and Van Dorn. That's Van Dorn going a little bit deep, Marlon Young following his line. I mean, hey, Marlon Young now knows, yeah, I need to keep pushing. Do not let off for a single lap. That gap may increase because Van Dorn knows a bit of a better line better than me. But a mistake is a mistake at the end of the day. And if Van Dorn accidentally puts one tire off into the grass while pushing, well, Marlon Young will be up there for the keeps. But it's very unfortunate how this championship did pan out. But no matter what, this is racing. And that just... stuff happens. We still have a battle on our hands, though. This is not a race to click off here, ladies and gentlemen, as Marlon Young, the Guyanese who finished P2 in the last race, looking not only to go for a double podium, but to go for a race win. On his return out here today. 2.1, the gap opening up just that bit more. And Van Dorn, fastest lap. Now that's why. 23.349 to get to 24.201. We're definitely gonna figure out after this race what did happen to DeVille. I do remember him going wide off the track throughout this sequence of corners. But I don't know if he hit the wall similar to Danny Nasir, but Danny had a very, very interesting start, went straight on, which I don't know if that had something to do with his wheel, but hit the wall hard, and that was his race done there for the moment. He's back on track though, fixed up the damage, and he's good to go. We continue on racing though in this one. This is our closest battle we have on track as 1.8 for the moment there, but Marlon going a little bit deep there as they go through Jinsao. Now, of course, this is not the last time we're going to be seeing these cars, as Race of Champions does host a round in each division of cars that we do use throughout this championship. So, the LMP2 World Endurance Spec Series Championship will return in a one-round race. Of course, that track will be determined with the new rule set that'll be done in Race of Champions, which, to give you guys a little bit of a preview, Race of Champions will be towards the end of the year, of course, is Danny Nasir. Trouble for him. What has happened? Slow on the loud pedal. He's back on it. Race of Champions this year is going to look a bit different from previous years. While the drivers all selected will be from the same way as last year, where you must win a championship to enter yourself in. When it comes to the track selection, well, every car is going to be in order of the championship, a la GT3 will be first, Ferrari Challenge second round, Formula 4 third, IMSA fourth, LMP2 fifth, and so on. The tracks will be determined solely by what was the most exciting race on the calendar. As Ruben Ryan, trouble for him! Ruben Ryan almost had a podium on his hands and be spun out! Andy Rees is back up into third. More trouble for him. Ruben Ryan needing to rotate the car and get back on it. Can't put the throttle down too early, and he's good now. But back to it here. So Race of Champions is going to look at every single championship and the best race. That meant the best type of racing that went down, not just the scenario of how those races became those races, but the racing itself on track. We take those tracks and it'll be put on a wheel, and we will be wheel spinning every track that we will be doing for that championship as we get to that round. So we will start off with GT3. We will spin a wheel. We could have ourselves a track from that GT3 calendar. We could have ourselves a race from yesteryear. We can go to Riverside from IMSA. We can go to Interlagos right here. And so on. It's a very interesting concept. Of course, never been done before, never been seen before with this type of calendar layout. So it'll be very, very fun with the drivers. Of course, that could also mean Formula 4 at Le Mans could very much happen, although the format would be very, very different. Not a 45-minute race or two 15-lap races. That would just be something else if that does come down to that stage. But when it comes to this championship, we've had a lot of good races. For me, though, I personally did enjoy Imola, but we leave it to the fans what they loved, and those tracks will be selected just like that. 3.2 the difference, as we are just under 5 minutes to go. I hear a slow car. I'm not too sure who it was, but I heard an engine going slowly. No more single mistakes coming from Martin Webster. And remember, Marlon Young, keep pushing on there. Remember, the gap last time was about 4 seconds. But Van Zorn keeping it a bit easy around here. Zorn running it wide. You know, let's go through a lap around this circuit here. We'll go on board, driver's eye. Let's take a watch around this lap. So heading into one, looking at that telemetry at the bottom, first gear. And, ooh, a little bit, almost losing the rear end there, almost. But he keeps it alive. Unfortunately, lost about a second there. But he's on the back straight now, fifth gear. Sixth gear, braking at the just after the 100-meter marker, down to second gear, down to first gear, a little bit deep though. Not an ideal line around there. Might be the tires wearing out, of course. Now going up the hill through the double right-handers. Down to second gear, short shifting up into third, running it wide over the left side curb, hitting the apex. Perfect kiss that you want to see. And then just playing with the throttle as you go around the left-hander, back on the loud pedal into the next braking zone. Looking like that is where Marlon is losing a bit of time through this slow section here. And now coming up to Junsao. Is he using off the track, a little bit off the track? Yes, he is, trying to get that wide entry and running over the curb. And on to the front straight once more. So although having a little bit of an oopsie on turn one, he's still up 3.2. Cross the line, a 24.7. Yeah, I expected that from a slide like that, but a 24.0, although it's 7/10, it's not what you want to see. Let's take a look at Marlon Young. Let's watch a lap from him. What is he doing different? Marlon Young now, as he enters the back straight now, as we watch him live on Driver's Eye, heading into the braking zone. Van Dorner's braking just after the 100 line. Marlon's doing the same down the second gear. A lot of a very better apex there. Continues to go down. There you see the time go down. Just about a 10th. 3.6. Now going uphill. Interestingly, third gear. Van Dorn using second in that segment. Down the first gear. Kissing the apex once more. Through the left-hander, keeping it in first gear, power down early on, middle of the corner. Keep this one wide, a little bit of a lock-up there from Van Dorn. Not hitting the apex, but using all the exit curb, and then you are just keeping the throttle down as we get to Junsao. How much is he taking off? Not much, interestingly. So not opening the car as much as Mike is, but if you look at corner exit, he is way smoother than Van Dorn is as they race to the line. 4 seconds though, so I don't know what Van Dorn did that last lap, but he's definitely put down the power there, and he's put himself a fastest lap at 23.3 against a 24.1. Bit of a lockup into one. A little bit deep there. 40 seconds to go. This is our final lap, ladies and gentlemen. 1 to go for this championship. 35 seconds. The race ends when the timer expires, and Van Dorn is going for another fastest lap, so we're gonna stay with him. But Mike Van Dorn, what a race from him. He's going to get 2 W's as it stands. And this championship is firmly going to go back to the Netherlands. 2 champions hail from the Netherlands. One of them you're looking at here, the other one, Sander van Leeuwen. 2 very fast drivers. The Dutch are so quick. But our Flying Dutchman, our very own Mike Van Dorn, is coming around here. And early on this year, he had plans to win this championship. He had plans to get a W. He wanted ROC. He wanted the playoffs. Mike Van Dorn, as he's on the front straight, Van Dorn can look and he sees the checkered flag. Mike Van Dorn is champion of the world. He wins it at Interlagos, puts the fastest lap down, and he wins the championship. Marlon Young comes home in a double P2. And what a race it was. Van Dorn is champion. Andy Reid's gonna come around the final corner, and he is gonna take a lovely P3. Connectivity issues early on in the race. He's good now. Van Dorn is your champion. Bit of donuts, and this time we got smoke. Maybe not much of it. Champion of the LMP2 World Endurance Spec Series. Let's go talk to him now. Mike Van Dorn, you are champion. You have qualified yourself to Race of Champions, the playoffs at the end of the year. But the championship is finally yours after not winning it for over a year. You finally got it done. What a drive from you from this race and throughout this championship. Van Doren, take us through not just this race, but through this whole championship. What was your perspective through this one?
I mean, the first race was probably the highlight of the season for me. Even though I didn't win the race, it was probably my best, or one of my best races that I've done in my whole time being here. Would have liked to fight with Gabriel throughout this entire championship, but sadly, of course, he didn't really show up anymore after Spa. So maybe not quite the championship I would have maybe hoped for, but still a good one nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to win the championship again, you know, but with these circumstances, of course, DeVille dropping out due to some connection issues, I think, and then Gabriel not racing, not quite the way I would have wanted it, but yeah, still nice to be in the Race of Champions nonetheless.
Definitely a little bit of a different era than the first one that you won. But we look back at that first championship you won back in the end of 2022. That was still a championship where you did dominate from almost start to finish. This was very, very much all about consistency for you here. And with these top race wins, that really helped you out there. Really come down. It did come down to it, though. I believe that did come from that one race, the second one in Chicago, but we're not going to talk about that one. But it did, although come down to the end. It may not have been the championship that you would have hoped for with other drivers competing on track. In terms of the calculations, though, it was still drivers behind you who were keeping consistent just as much as you were, and you still did have to fight at the very end. How was this race for you here today?
I mean, this race was well, a lot better than the first one, definitely. I don't know if I even made a mistake. I made one mistake going slightly wide, but and a lock up into turn one maybe, but that's about it. And then of course on the final lap doing a 122 fastest lap I've done on this track all week, so that was good. Did get a very big scare in turn one though from DeVille when he ended up the inside. Was not expecting that at all. And I did slightly tap him, so I got a tiny bit of front end damage from that, but at least I survived it this time. Yeah, apart from there, it was just to get past Marlon in turn 4, and then drive away from there.
Well, I do want to get your perspective. Do you know what did happen to DeVille? Was it just a connectivity issue? Did you see him hit the wall at all?
It looked like
didn't see it from our perspective.
It looked like in turn 4, his car just went straight and then he disconnected from the server. So I assume it was just a connection problem where he lost connection to the server. So yeah, that's very unfortunate for him, and of course not good for the championship. But yeah, those things happen sadly. It is what it is.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that is also racing. But regardless, though, you do put yourself in Race of Champions against the aliens that you do want to go up against here. Gabrielle's, your Lucas, your Alfie Bevins. So you're going to put yourself on that list. And a little sneaky third place man that we're going to get to in a moment. But yeah, you are going to get that competition towards the end of the year. But congratulations. It's been a long time coming since you have gotten that first championship, and now a second one is under your belt. Congratulations on the win, and congratulations on the championship. Well deserved nonetheless.
Yeah, thank you.
In P2, back-to-back second positions, Marlon Young. Welcome back to the podium once again, showing off that you are still one of the ones to beat out here. Marlon Young, you take P2 back-to-back here. Unfortunately, if you were here throughout this whole championship, maybe you could have put a good fight for the championship. What do you think?
Yeah, especially in the last race, I was looking forward to that race, but unfortunately I had to work. Anyway, I'm pleased for the day's work today, and I kept Van Dorn honest. He only beat me by 5 seconds, so yeah, I take a pat on the shoulder for that. And I had one slight opportunity and I messed it up when he went wide into turn 1. I also locked my brakes, so I didn't get to square the car up, or else I would have given him a run down to turn 4, which would have been fun. But after then, I think when I reached the turn 4, my foot slipped off the gas, so I lost a lot of time on him there. So it was pretty tough to claw that back, and he slowly eked it out only, but I kept him honest.
That was still a great fight from you there. Yeah, early on, I did want to talk about that a little bit more into detail. You were really pushing on. You were P2 at it stood there, defending. How was that? Since this is one of the first times you're in this car, defending. How did it feel? And then attacking. Did the dirty air affect you too much?
No, I didn't get a good run out of turn 4. I you know, it's easy to lock the brakes. You gotta be precise with the brakes. So yeah, Van Dorn got the run on me, so I couldn't really do anything much. But I didn't feel any dirty air. But I mean, it wasn't long enough to feel anything because DeVille went straight on into turn 4 and just disappeared. So it was just me and Van Dorn fighting. So I didn't get a good run out of turn 4. So probably he had the momentum, so I couldn't really fight him. So I had to let him go.
Well, either way, though, it was a pleasure to have you back racing with us. Are we going to see you in a couple more future events?
Yeah, but you got to keep Brazil inside.
Oh, of course. I know this one's definitely a fan favorite. A little unfortunate we didn't see Martin either.
Nah, he didn't have help today, so he had to work. Yeah, this is my track. I can battle with the guys. I mean, I'm not that bad here, so yeah. But Mike is top draw. So I mean, just to finish 5 seconds behind him is just I feel really proud of myself. So yeah.
Well, congratulations on that P2 for you, and yeah, definitely hope we can see you more throughout CMRSC throughout the year. But congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And in P3, a little sneaky P3 out here. Welcome back to the race. I know you had a bit of trouble in the first one, but Andy Rees, you take 3rd position. How was that race for you?
Well, obviously race 1 was a bit wacky with the Wi-Fi connection. But yeah, you know, I just decided to just come back race 2, you know, with you know, CMRSC having a little break this next weekend, and I won't be able to race much in July either. I just thought, you know, had to tag along for this one as well. Didn't have that much practice and so on, but yeah. Second race, you know, I had a little impact with Ruben Orion, and also I had no audio, so that was cool.
Oh, wow.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a little bit unfortunate. So it was connectivity issues that did happen to you.
Yeah, the first race, yeah.
A little bit unfortunate. So yeah, and yeah, we're also just reviewing it here. Yeah, DeVille did unfortunately lose connection. Yeah, we're just watching it through the replay. Regardless, though, Andy, you do still have a championship under your belt, so you still got that playoff round under your belt. And yeah, it's always nice to see you coming around here. So I know you're a little bit busy throughout the next month. We also have 2 drop weeks as well. So yeah, maybe you might not be so far off the championship if you do decide to take part in a little bit of that.
Yeah, okay, maybe not. Yeah, but definitely impressive performance from, of course, Van Dorn, but also Marlon and DeVille. You know, very nice to see. Some good battles. But yeah, I was just basically tagging along for this race, I guess. Up until qualifying, I was sitting in a pool with Oliver Bloch. Say hi.
Oh man.
Hey guys.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Regardless, though, good racing from you, and hopefully cannot wait to see you for the future rounds that's coming up in the next championship, which we are just about to announce right about now.
Yes.
All right, so if you guys can, if you'd like to direct your attention, you guys can check out the general chat. We're gonna have to watch the live stream. I'm not able to screen share here, so thank you for tuning into this championship, racing with us here in the Discord, of course. Yeah, fun championship. Love the turnout. Could have been a bit better. Yep. But we still had ourselves a great championship finale and a lot of good races in between there, cannot forget. So thank you everyone for all the support for this championship. We are getting ready now to announce the next one. Once again, it'll be done on the live stream. I'm going to step aside now from the chat here. I'll be back once the stream is over if you guys want a little bit more details on the next championship. But yeah, we're going to announce that right now. All right, that is going to do it here for today's championship, today's race. And Roper Ryan doing a little bit of donuts as well. Good finishing position as well from him. But it's that man, Van Doren, who wins the championship, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. It all comes down to this. What's next? This championship was decided by the drivers. Really glad I found this while looking for videos of WCA Brazil. Yeah, this was a fun race. You do have to, if you're just tuning on into the stream, do rewind this one. This was a fun race, but keep on it for just a moment before you do that rewind there. If you did not see this one, this was a very good race. This championship was delivered to us by the drivers. We put up a vote between 4 cars. It was the LMP2s, the Orca 07s. That was going up against the NASCARs or IndyCars for an Oval Series return. We also had Formula 1 or Formula 2. And we also had GT4. And while GT4 was tied for the most amount, we decided to go for World Endurance simply because Le Mans was coming up. And we decided to go for the virtual race as well as the championship all in one. So, while the question was GT4 next? This might answer your question. Enjoy.
Time slows down when it can get no worse. I can feel it running out on me. I don't want these to be my last words. All forgotten, 'cause that's all they'll be. Now there's only one thing I can do. Fighting till the end like I promised to. Wishing there was something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. What do you see before it's over? Blinding flashes getting closer. Wish that I had something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fine. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die, gotta die. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die. Feeling like there's nothing I can do. This could be the end, it's mine to choose. It's taken me my lifetime just to prove. This could be the day I die for you. Don't let it be the day. What do you see before it's over? Blinded flashes getting closer.
bit me turn up in ya. Drift. I bit me turn up in ya. Acha. Move. Keep up. Can't stop. Singer. Me. Raps. On. Killer. I some move. I some rock. I some sip liquor. Move. You. Quick. Keep up. Yeah. Drop. Quicker. Make a dance couple times. Girl, I take my picture. I bit me turn up in ya. Drift. Call her hello. If you see bigger the dance and the place get mellow. Hear me I tell you. Something to me think. Change to my blink. Skip me enemy then me and super thing. Camera. Action flip. When we outside lock down your building. Let me turn up in ya. Drift. 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 Let me turn up in ya. Drift. Drift.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 17th edition of Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. This is it. The 2024 DTM World Championships. But you will see there is a little bit of a twist this time around. DTM is one of our longer championships that go on around here. The first half will be on some iconic racing circuits. Of course, we have to go back to Donington Park. And then following up is Norris Ring, not seen since the 90s Touring Car Championship, but seen prematurely a lot in DTM. Then we head to Australia, where we flip things around. We go to Queensland and finish off at Torponzen for the Polish Grand Prix. Directly after that, however, we will be crossing paths with the Caribbean Motor Racing Championship. If you're unfamiliar with it, that is a championship that goes down towards the end of the summer that we host the Radical Caribbean Cup along with a special series. 2 years ago, it was the Classic Cars. The Classic Series. Last year, Group 4. This year, for the first time, Modern Spec GT cars. DTM. Very grippy cars. Very fast. And has birthed some of the best racing here in Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. Was delayed, as this was supposed to be our championship for January and February. It is now here in the summer. 8 rounds for the first time racing modern machinery around South Dakota, Jam West, Wallafield, and Bushy Park. This will be coming up in 2 weeks' time on July 13th. That'll mean next Saturday will be no racing going on, so join up the Discord linked at the top of the channel in our description, as well as in the live chat. Thank you so much for tuning in here today for today's race. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. Join up the Discord if you want to get a part of Caribbean Motor Racing Championship and the Radical Caribbean Cup, as well as the DTM World Championships Caribbean Leg Tour. Join us through our Discord. The first half will come up in 2 weeks' time. Donington Park. Consistent with us since the very first year, DTM in 2022. Where 2 champions laid their crowns down, Sander van Leeuwen and Justin Nasir. Last year, dominated by our youngest driver, Martin Toth. This year, what's the story? Do you want to make history? Do you want to be the next driver on top of the world, well, you got to get a part of the championship. Thank you so much for tuning in for this round of the championship. We'll see you 2 weeks' time at Donington Park.